Roman Reigns wants his title back.
Roman Reigns wants his title back. Let's get into it on Belt Talk. Roll my intro. What up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Terrence Matthews. Welcome to Belt Talk, where we talk all things professional wrestling. I mean WWE. I mean NXT, AEW, and on the channel coming soon, our local promotion that is here in Houston, Texas, Reality of Wrestling with Booker T, the two-time Hall of Famer, the 5-time, 6-time champion, world champion, Booker T, with Zilla Fatu being the world champion over there at Reality of Wrestling. So, thank you so much for joining us for another show. We're so glad to have you here. Man, a lot of good things going on in the world of WWE. Whole lot of things. I mean, we got to get right into it. Y'all heard it. Paul Heyman. January the 10th, 2025, episode of SmackDown. Paul Heyman. The show opens up with a backstage, I wouldn't call it a segment, but just a shot of the wise man, Paul Heyman, walking into the ring. The show opens up. Paul is in the ring, right? And Paul says this. Paul says, because we know that Roman Reigns beat Solo for the Ulafala, so he has it back. So now Roman Reigns is our tribal chief. He is the tribal chief of WWE once again. I mean, great match between them two, back and forth. Had a couple run-ins. You know, the bloodline got involved. I mean, Jacob got involved, and my God, Jacob Fatu. We're going to talk about that brother because he is a bona fide star. Not in the making, a bona fide star right now. I mean, some people you can't hold him back. He is one of them. That man's star is huge. When he's on camera, I'm sorry. I understand Tama Tonga is right there, but all eyes are on Jacob. But anywho, Jacob run in, try to help Solo. Jimmy got involved, everybody got involved, and eventually Roman was able to get the advantage, pent Solo 1, 2, 3. Now look, that's the cliff notes because we got to get to exactly what Paul Heyman assignment was when it comes to his message for the WWE Universe on behalf of Roman Reigns. We got to get to it. So, Paul comes in the ring. Paul says this. Paul says that he has a message on behalf of our tribal chief. He has a message which he wants everyone to know. Roman, through Paul, wants everyone to know what his next move is. Of course, Roman is not there, but he sends his wise man out because in the Roman Empire right now, everything is everything. Order has been restored. Of course, the bloodline is still out there. We haven't seen Solo yet, but we did see on that show Jacob and Tama Tonga. We didn't see that, but we'll get to that later. So, Paul's in the ring. Paul says, I just played the clip. Shout out to WWE. Just played this clip. Roman Reigns wants his WWE championship back. That's exactly what he said. Roman Reigns wants his WWE championship back. And then he went on to tell Cody exactly how Roman is going to go about doing it. Now, he told him that he's going to enter the 2025 Royal Rumble. And not only he's going to win it, now let me back up. Paul tells the crowd, let me just slow down a little, let me pump my brakes. Paul tells the crowd that I'm out here on behalf of Roman Reigns to tell Roman's opponent, a future opponent, exactly what it is that he is going to do. Exactly who it is that he's going after, right? That's what he said. He said, I'm going to tell him exactly who it is that he's going after. So, of course, he calls out, not to my surprise, may have been some of y'all surprised, but look, when you're dealing with somebody like Roman Reigns, that is just, at this point in his career, he is Mr. Main Event. He's only used to being at the top of the card. He's only used to being the headliner. You know, Shawn Michaels has the showstopper. This man is Mr. WrestleMania himself at this point. Has main evented the last 6 WrestleManias himself. I mean, he tells Cody, calls out Cody. Cody comes out to the ring. Monster Pop, of course. Cody gets in the ring. Cody's in the ring right now. And tells him that Roman is going to enter the Royal Rumble. And not only is he going to enter it, but he is going to win it. And his plan is to go on to challenge Cody. It don't matter who has that other belt. Roman like, no, you got my belt. You got my belt. And this is what Paul said after this.
This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler.
Now, look, you talking about some kahunas? He's telling the current WWE World Champion, this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. Now, we've been watching Cody for a while now, and I swear, man, it seemed like everybody and their mama want to talk crazy to Cody. Is Cody even respected as we think he is? Because it's always somebody either trying to hold him back or somewhat protect him and fight on his behalf, or just walking over him as champion. I mean, this is your top guy. The wise man told him to his face that Roman wants his belt back, and this is how he's going to go about doing it. Let's continue.
Roman Reigns hereby declares he is entering the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble.
So he's telling him to his face, Roman is entering the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. So he's disclosing his plan to him. Roll it.
With full intentions of winning and going on to WrestleMania to fight you once again for the championship.
To fight him once again for the championship. To headline WrestleMania. Now look, forget everybody else is in there. Roman said, look, it don't matter who's in there. It don't matter. I don't care. I'm focused. I'm determined to get my belt back. You holding my belt. And if we're being honest, again, can I be honest with y'all? That's Roman's belt. Has Cody really cemented himself? I mean, take your emotions out of it and just look at it for what it is. Again, I like Cody. Nothing against Cody. I like Cody. I've been following Cody since his AEW days. Since his independent days, which, in my opinion, his independent run was better than his current WWE run right now. Now, again, I understand that on the independents, he probably had more freedom, more leverage. You know, you're on the independents, you are, of course he's being booked, but he pretty much can do it how he want to do it, set up the storyline how he want to set it up. I get all that. But if we're being honest, who has he beat since he's been the champion? I mean, who has he beat? AJ Styles was his first opponent coming out of WrestleMania. Next, he went, I can't remember who he went up against next. And that's sad because I am an avid wrestling fan. But he really has not had any type of real deep, big storyline since he's been champion. Now, mind you, what I'm getting ready to talk about next has been a thorn in Cody's side, which when after Heyman said that and told him to his face that Roman is entering and Roman's going to win it and Roman's going to take his championship back, doggone, his thorn pretty much came out and said, no, which is Kevin Owens, KO, which I love KO. I love KO, by the way. I love KO, by the way. And if we're being honest, everything the past couple weeks that KO has been talking about has been real. It's been real. It's been straight up legit because he has a problem with Cody right now because it's like, you're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to be, you and Randy, supposed to be my friend. And you teamed up with the one guy that has pretty much ransacked this company for the past 3 years. I mean, 3 years, he done kicked everybody's behind, his family. Him and his bloodline has kicked everybody's behind. And all of a sudden, you're going to team up with Roman because Roman need help. Now, look, I am a Roman guy, but truth is truth. If we, again, remove the emotions out of it, I have a saying, you cannot be moved by a lie, but when somebody tell you the truth, you process the truth as a lie. And that is exactly what's happening right now, we be honest. KO is saying the truth. He has a right to be upset because you're supposed to be my friend. I have a really good friend out there right now. His name is, should I name drop his name? His name is Chris Alford. And if we was going to war and I had a problem with somebody and you seen me get my tail kicked. I mean, you know what this family has put me through. You've seen it. You've seen that I've had this guy beat time after time after time again. Now, if anybody knows me, my wife will tell you, I don't mind losing. But go and say it out loud, Lori. Don't cheat me. If you cheat me, I have a problem. I have a major problem. And that is exactly where KO is right now. I don't believe KO has a problem with losing because KO has lost before. Losing is a part of it. If you change your perspective about losing is a part of the journey. If you don't lose, how can you get better? Nah, ain't that something? Cody's champion, and he ain't lost yet. So is he getting better? I digress. So, yeah, KO has a point. He has a point. How are you teaming up with this guy? I mean, everybody and mom is upset at KO. Now, mind you, he hit Cody with a couple power drivers that he did on the first edition of Saturday Night Main Event, which I grew up on that. I remember seeing that as a little boy, little 5-year-old, 6-year-old boy watching that on Saturday night at my grandmother's house here in Houston, Texas. Phenomenal show. I mean, Jesse the Body Ventura is the original host. They brought him back. It has the same feel to it. I mean, they have nostalgia. Jesse did some great calls, awesome heel commentator, all that good stuff. And again, he hit Cody with that move that he should have a problem with. He really should. He really should have a problem with. And he hit him with that power driver, which we haven't seen that move in WWE now for some years. I mean, they have protected that move because let's be honest, it is a dangerous, dangerous move. I mean, it really is. That move is responsible for Stone Cold Steve Austin having a shortened career. So I get it. And to have them to allow KO to hit that move on Cody, I mean, it's perfect timing, and it fits so well with the storyline. It fits with the direction of where they're going to take the story at. I mean, I believe with this, we're in for a great, great ride. Some awesome storytelling, some awesome television, some awesome cinematic backstage segments. I mean, KO has just been making Cody's life a living hell. And going back to, like I said, with Roman wanting to get his championship back, it really gives, it really keeps, because Cody, if you look at that clip, Cody was about to reply or comment back towards Paul. But when KO came out and started his rant, he was all the way out in the stands with the fans. So, of course, his attention turned from Paul to KO, and that's exactly what they wanted. You have to find a way to keep the biggest star away from that WWE Championship belt for as long as you can. And KO is the perfect person to do it. Perfect person to do it. I mean, this rivalry could really go on for some months. Past WrestleMania, keep it going for as long as you can, because Roman, to me, is like Godzilla. You got Godzilla out there, and you got to find a way to keep Godzilla away from Skull Island as long as you can. Because if we know the story of Godzilla and King Kong with the Monsterverse, you know, two alpha titans clash, they don't get along. But of course they did. Matter of fact, when we think about it, they did the whole story with Godzilla and King Kong. They found a way for Roman and Cody to exist and to work together with Roman's storyline against a foe that Roman was having a problem with beating, which was the New Bloodline with Solo, and the New Bloodline with Jacob and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. So yeah, they did work that particular storyline, but in the world of WWE, you got to find a way to keep that belt, to keep Cody and Roman away from each other as long as possible. And this is the way that they're going about doing it. Now, what's going to be interesting to see on this coming episode of SmackDown, if Roman does show up or what have you, what direction is he going to who will be his next opponent as he gets ready to go into Royal Rumble. I mean, right now you can say we're in Royal Rumble season. You know, the Royal Rumble is what starts the road to WrestleMania for the WWE, but we're in the build-up that's leading up to the Royal Rumble right now. So it's going to be, like I said, interesting to see what's going to happen with Roman. You know, will they go with the blood? Will they have some type of official tribal chief ceremony? Will Solo finally take a knee to Roman and acknowledge him like he told Paul he would if Roman beats him? That may be the next thing that they do on SmackDown, is have that particular, that official ceremony to anoint Roman as tribal chief.